Hi Libra, welcome to your reading. My name's Emma from SoulSync Expression, and I'm going to be doing the 2024 reading for you today. So we're first going to go through the general messages from Spirit, then we'll go into your love life and ask about your person, the past and present energies, how they view you, how they view the connection, and then their next steps. Then we'll go into your career or business, and again ask about the current and past energies, and then your next goal, any advice on how to get there, and any blockages. And then lastly, we'll go through any advice from Spirit. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. I've done things a little bit differently this time and pulled the oracle cards before filming, just to try and shorten the videos a little bit because they are quite long. So what we have for your oracle cards, we have the never-ending story. And at the back of the deck, we have here and now. So two cards came out for this one. So we have the full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches, and a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have a time for healing, the balsamic moon. Then we have lizard spirit, dream the world into being. At the bottom of the deck, we have the bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. Lastly, we have don't dim to fit in, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And at the bottom of the deck, we have priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? So with the never-ending story, I'm going to read from the books for these oracle cards. So this means self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your words come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice in your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. And then with the here and now being at the bottom of the deck, that's about being in the present moment and not looking into your past, not looking into your future, and just being present, really. So, full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. How hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you are wondering if you should stay in a job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all of the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With the love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. Release control and trust the universe. A professional project may be ending now. Admit if you have been overly hard-headed or hard-nosed. Find a balance between your personal and private lives. It's time to stop fearing the worst. So with a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries, it's time to see if you've been a little too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while you see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create a way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Being assertive is good, just don't roughshod over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. Sorry, but this could be the issue, and you need to have more fun. And then with the bottom of the deck being the balsamic moon, a time for healing, that's, as it says, it's a time to heal right now. So, with the lizard spirit, dream the world into being. When was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream, to imagine what might be and who you might become? Lizard spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you're willing to slow down and let your eyes close a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible, making it possible first in your dreaming mind and then in the world as you co-create with spirit? Give to the power of imagination and soon your dream will become clearer. The steps will reveal themselves and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare to dream big. And then with the bat spirit at the bottom of the deck saying a birth is reassured, this is pretty similar to the death card in the tarot. So what it means is that something is ending in order for a new beginning, and that situation is something that you need to let go of. Maybe it could be an idea that you need to let go of, or a person or a situation that needs to be let go of to make way for a new start. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Don't dim your light to accommodate someone else's smallness. We are all born to shine big and bright. The universe is expanding and you are part of the universe, so expanding is part of your nature. If someone makes you want to retract, notice and slowly back away, they are not for you and you are not for them. Better yet, find it within yourself to expand and shine your light anyway. Flowers don't open and close according to who is walking by. They open and show their beauty regardless. If others don't want to be around you or it makes them uncomfortable, it's because you're shining your light on the fact that they are dimming to fit in. By choosing to shine bright, you may just inspire them to turn on their light too, or not. Keep your light on anyway. All relationships are essentially an energetic agreement. The moment one person decides to start rising up and allowing their light to shine, it changes the energetic agreement and can create some waves. That's completely normal. The relationships that are meant to last will adapt to the change in energy. Others won't because they were likely born under the proviso of I love you as long as you don't shine brighter than me. That's okay. Not all people are meant to be in your life forever, but the lessons they teach us can still live on. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And then with the priestess at the bottom of the deck here, this is basically a card that tells you that you need to step up and lead, or maybe take the role of a teacher right now, and that you don't need to have it all together to lead. It just talks about having the courage to be able to go first. It also talks about the reason that you're wanting to lead is because at one point in your life that you were longing for someone to lead you, and then that you need to lead with the way that you wish that you had been led. So what I feel here is that there's something happening in your life at the moment that seems to be repeating itself over and over again, like it's constant, and it's something that makes you feel like this fairy here, where you're just putting your head in your hands and saying like, I cannot do this again. But with these two cards here, it is saying that this cycle is going to end, and a fiery climax approaches. So just with this, just be careful, because conflicts can arise now, but it is going to come to a head and things are going to be resolved. With the lizard spirit, it is saying that you need to get into the place. Oh, and also with the here and now, you need to, at the back of the deck of this, you need to stay in the present moment, but also in the present moment, allow yourself to dream and to use your imagination to think about what you want for the future. You don't actually have to think about what you're going to do in the future or how anything's going to affect you. Just think about what do you actually want from the heart. And then also don't dim yourself to fit in with other people. Shine your light, whether if someone's negative around you, just be your normal positive self. You don't have to bring yourself down to fit in with other people. And that also could allow those people to bring their light out as well. So let's get into the tarot. So the first thing I'm going to ask is how you see yourself. Okay, so the Magician came out in the reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. So with the Magician reversed, you could see yourself as someone who's indecisive, or not seeing or planning for the future makes you feel very anxious. You could also see yourself as deceitful and manipulative at times, or either that or that you're easily manipulated, or a slight little balance of both. You might also feel like you have a blockage when it comes to communication. You could also feel like you're easy to take advantage of. and you could feel like you aren't aligning right now with your values. With the Nine of Wands at the back of the deck, so you could see yourself as someone who rises from the ashes of hardship, and that you won't crumble at the first sign of adversity. You're guarded, but from being burned many times in the past, and you're still hopeful, even though you have been burned. I feel like you're scared and wary, but you aren't giving up. You see yourself as a survivor, and you're protective of yourself and those that are closest to you as well. And you feel that trust should be earned, and you're very loyal yourself. Once you trust someone or they trust you, you're very loyal. So the next thing I want to see, what do you want in 2024 for Libra, please? So we have the Ace of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Cups. So with the Ace of Swords, it's very clear of what you want. You want clarity, you want truth, a new perspective, and you want honest and clear communication out of 2024. With the Knight of Cups, then, what you want in 2024 could be emotional adventures or acts of chivalry. You could also want, because the Knight of Cups is a person, so you could also want someone to come into your life, or someone in your life to be romantic, compassionate, creative, and emotionally intelligent. But in general, you just want a life that's full of emotionally rich experiences. Okay, so let's see, what are your fears in 2024 for Libra, please? Oh, that fell down. So we have the High Priestess, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Pentacles. So with the High Priestess being a fear, your fear could be that you need to trust your instincts and listen to your inner voice, or that there could be hidden depth or secrets, and that's a fear of yours. But with the Seven of Pentacles, the fear there could be that you're worried about a stage of pause or reflection, and you're evaluating progress or deciding whether you should carry on with a certain path. You basically need patience and review, and don't let the frustration take over. And another fear could be that you're wondering if the investment is worth the potential outcome, whether that's a money situation or a job or a person in your life or situation. And you're also scared of settling instead of doing or going for what you truly want. So let's see, what is going to be working for you? What are the good things coming for Libra in 2024, please? Okay, so we have two cards coming out here. So we have the Fool and the Knight of Cups, showing back up there. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. So with the Fool, the good things that are coming to you now are new beginnings, self-discovery. You might be getting a fresh perspective. It does also talk about taking risks and embracing the unknown. So if that's something that you're worried about, that actually is going to work in your favor. And don't overthink something before doing it. Also, it's about spontaneousness and joy and that type of thing. So you could have a spontaneous and joyful path with new explorations and experiences. Then with the Knight of Cups here, so the things that could be working for you is romance, charm, imagination, that sort of period coming into your life or person. It could also mean that there's heartfelt connections and your heart's desire is coming in. It also does talk about following your heart and being open. So that could be a good thing for you to be open and follow your heart in 2024, because that will bring good things. Then with the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so the good things as well could be that you're leaving behind something that no longer serves you, and that you're prioritizing your own well-being and happiness. Basically, it means moving on from any sort of unfulfilling circumstances. So let's see, what is going to be working against you in 2024? Any sort of blockages, challenges for Libra, please? So we have the Ten of Swords. Ouch. And we have the Two of Swords at the back of the deck. So with the Ten of Swords as things that are working against you, it could be a situation is coming to a head, and that an end is needed in order to make way for a new beginning. It could also be that you need some sort of closure, or you need to let go of any past burdens, or that you're reaching a breaking point and that there's significant change that's needed. And with the Two of Swords being at the bottom of the deck, it's kind of about being torn between two paths, or needing to make a choice of some kind, or a decision. You could be feeling stuck between two conflicting desires with these Two of Swords here. It does also warn about mutual decisions needing to be made carefully, but the advice would be probably just to take a step back and just objectively analyze the situation and listen to your intuition, especially with this High Priestess being here. So just listen to your intuition and make the decision that aligns with your true self right now. Because again, with the Magician, it says that you're not actually aligning with your true self, or that you feel like you're not aligning with that. So then lastly, let's just see what is 2024 going to be like for Libra in general. So we have the Ten of Cups. That is a great outcome or general message. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. So with the Ten of Cups in general in 2024, it's a great card to have. So it's about emotional fulfillment and ultimate happiness. So it could be a loving relationship that's built on strong foundations and friendship. It could be long-term success in a career, just ultimate happiness for you and everyone around you. And then with the Emperor being at the back of the deck, it kind of talks about like you taking control of your situations, that you're being protected and you're protecting yourself, and that you just take pride in your accomplishments, and that you're being decisive and strong in 2024. It's also just quite synchronistic of that card about the Priestess at the back of the deck of this one, because it talks about how you're needing to take the lead, and the Emperor is 100% a leader. So that's all the messages I have for the general messages. Let's move on to your love reading. So again, I have already shuffled the oracle cards for your love message. So the oracle card that you got was Peace. And then at the back of the deck, we have Community. So I'm going to read from the book. So with Peace, we have the essential meanings being freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. And in the relationship message, when two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours, and it is to be savored. Then, with Community, the essential meanings are belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. In a relationship message, you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is a part of that dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. So that's pretty straightforward. I don't think I need to really go over that, but basically you're in a peaceful place in your relationship, or if you're single, you will be in a peaceful place with whoever's coming in. And with Community, you just need to learn that you each have your flaws. You don't want to repeat any past mistakes, and just do the dance. Sometimes you lead, sometimes they do. So the first question I'm going to ask is, who's your person? So who's Libra's person? So we have the Queen of Swords. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. So with the Queen of Swords, they're the type of person who's intellectually sharp. They're articulate and very perceptive. They are also known for their clear and logical thinking. They're very emotionally dependent and not easily swayed by emotional appeals. They do prefer to analyze situations objectively. They can also sometimes be mistaken for aloofness with that emotional independence, but it's just because they prefer their intellect over emotion, that's it. This also does represent Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, just because it's intellectual and communication skills. But it doesn't have to be those signs. It can be one of those signs, or those signs could be in the chart. Just, it doesn't have to be. It could just be the energy that's what they are like. With the Eight of Cups then at the bottom of the deck, so they could be driven by a sense of restlessness or a desire to find something more substantial and authentic, that type of thing. They seek to understand the deeper truths about the world. They're dissatisfied with the superficial and yearn for more profound or spiritually fulfilling experiences. This does represent Pisces, because these people kind of have the tendency to seek beyond the material world, but again, doesn't have to be Pisces. It's just the energy that's represented. So the next question I want to ask then is the past between you and your person. Libra's past. So as the past, we have the Three of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Star. So with the Three of Swords, it could be that in the past there was some sort of heartbreaking events, or maybe some disappointments. It could also be, for a certain few of you, that there was some sort of betrayal or loss that brought some sort of deeper learning. But it definitely tested your inner strength and pushed you to your limits. If it's an existing relationship, then in the past you faced trials and heartaches. There's possibly separation or betrayal in the past, but through this period the relationship underwent significant transformation, where both of you learned and built a stronger foundation because of it. If this is an ex, then it could be that there was a very painful ending or misunderstandings that led to the separation and heartbreak. It has left painful scars, but there was a process of personal development by going through this. And then with the Star being underneath the deck there, it does represent hope, renewal, alignment with higher self, and also healing and rejuvenation. So if it's an existing relationship, I feel like it was harmonious, or there was hope, mutual growth, where both of you uplifted each other. Maybe from this, once this heartbreak happened, you guys worked together to heal and uplift each other. It also is a relationship that's filled with deep conversations and joint dreams. And it's very nurturing and a beautiful bond based on mutual respect and admiration. And then if it's an ex, then there was a time in your relationship where you guys did nurture each other and supported each other's dreams and ambitions. And you did have some sort of harmonious times together, mutual love and growth in the past. So the next question I want to ask is, what are the current energies? So we got the Nine of Wands again, and we also have the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So with the Nine of Wands, at the moment I feel like there's a phase of resilience or perseverance. You're in a phase of defensive preparation, nearing the end of a struggle of some sort. If you're single, then you're on the brink of giving the relationship a chance despite any challenges, and you're willing to nurture the potential bond and face the challenges that come with it. If you're in an existing relationship or in your current relationship, you're standing your ground or preparing for a crucial discussion, and you're defending the relationship to other people if that's not the case. But despite the obstacles, you're committed to maintaining the strength and integrity of your relationship, so there's no intention to leave. If it's an ex, then you're preparing for the final confrontation or closure, and you're staying strong with any lingering issues. Basically, you're committed to resolving any unresolved issues despite any emotional strain that's happening here. But just hold your ground and find the closure that you need, or take the steps to find closure. With the Three of Wands then at the back of the deck, so in the current situation as well, you're looking at the future with optimism, and you're kind of expecting your plans to succeed. See how he's looking out there? So you're planning, or you've set your plans in motion, and you're expecting the positive outcomes of those. So if you're single, then you're both looking forward to growth in the relationship. There's mutual visions for the future with the two of you, and you're excited about the possibilities. If it's a relationship that you're already in, then the relationship has potential to progress to the next level. So maybe even moving in together, or making it official, or engagement, marriage, buying a house together, whatever the next step is for you. This card is a card of movement as well, physical movement sometimes. And then also there's mutual growth and understanding, and shared anticipation of what's to come, basically. If it's your ex, then you're looking forward to any new beginnings and better prospects as well. And you're at a stage where you've moved on from the past and ready for the new adventures. So you're optimistic about your future, basically. So the next question I want to ask is, how do they feel about you? So how does the person feel about you, Libra? So we have the World. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So with the World, they see you as a complete piece of their life. You love them, and they know that. They're very thankful for you and believe in your connection. If you're single, they see you as someone that they can have a relationship with, and that they know that you are mature enough not to bring any sort of toxicity into their life, and they're confident that you can make them feel complete. If it's a current relationship, then they see you as a life partner, and they're very happy with you with this World card here. You do complete them, and they know that you won't let them down in any way. If it's an ex, then they feel like you've changed them, and that they feel that the relationship was worth it. They're not bitter about any situation with you, and they're ready to leave the past behind them. So reconciliation might be on their minds, but if they do reconcile, they want a fresh start altogether. Don't know why I keep doing that. Then with the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck, basically you excite them and intrigue them. They see you as a new beginning in life. If you're single, they see you as unreal potential, and they want to get started with you as soon as possible. If it's an existing relationship, then they want to continue the connection with you, and they love you and admire you. And if it's an ex, then they still see potential in you and would like to try again. So the next thing I want to ask is, how do they feel about the connection? How does this person feel about the connection? So we have the Two of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. So with the Two of Pentacles, they feel like they have a lot going on right now, and they're juggling many things. So if you're single, again, they just have a lot of things going on right now, but they do want to prioritize you. If it's an existing relationship, then they feel like they're doing a good job at juggling their priorities, and they do prioritize you and your relationship even though they have a lot going on. They feel like they can count on you to be flexible with them, and they can always rely on you. If it's an ex, they're weighing the pros and cons about you or about the relationship in their head. They could have conflicted feelings towards you, but the relationship is still important to them. Reconciliation is possible if they decide to prioritize it. So they do feel like they're willing to fight for you and want to be with you or defend you. They're willing to put in the work to make the relationship work. If you're single, then they're willing to put in the work and to be with you, and they could be defending your relationship to other people. If it's a current relationship, then they feel that you're worth fighting for. And there have been arguments and disagreements in the past, but they do love you, and they believe that your relationship is going to stand the test of time, and they want to make it work. If it's an ex, then they still think about you and the relationship, and they're willing to fight for it. They know that it will be tough, but that it will also be worth it. So reconciliation again is possible with this card. So next I want to see, what are their next actions or intentions? So we have the Queen of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Swords. So with the Queen of Pentacles, if you're single, their actions is to show you that they care and give you some sort of practical support to build a secure and comfortable relationship with you, basically. If it's a current relationship, then they're going to continue to nurture the relationship and provide security and comfort. And if it's an ex, they're going to reflect on the ways in which practical support or nurturing were present or lacking in the relationship. They do want to see you happy with or without them, but after distance, they've realized that the love that they have for you hasn't faded. With the Seven of Swords, it's kind of conflicting energy here. But with the Seven of Swords, if you're single, it is a warning just to be cautious, as there may be hidden agendas or secrets. Basically, don't ignore the red flags and trust your intuition. But it could be that they want to hide themselves from you due to any uncertainty of where you stand. And it could be just their own insecurities. So it could be something as small as that. But just your intuition will know the difference. If it's your current relationship, then they want to communicate openly to avoid any misunderstandings or resentments. But it could be a case of either they intend to deceive you or vice versa, that they think that you're deceiving them, maybe with just some sort of specific situation. And then if it's an ex, just be cautious of any unresolved issues and possible deceitful intentions. Just keep your guard up, and if you suspect any dishonesty or manipulation or anything like that, just stand your ground. If it's an ex, though, they also do want to leave the relationship behind them due to too much deceit in the past. So they don't know what they can trust, so maybe you or them might have betrayed each other in the past. If it was them, they could be feeling very guilty about their lies and would rather just move on than face that truth. But this person in general, with all relationships, could be someone who's like, not in a super bad way, but that they're a selfish person who always puts themselves first over other people. So lastly then, I'm going to see what is the advice for, I didn't even need to ask, it just fell out. So we have the High Priestess. This is the advice for your relationship in 2024. And then the bottom of the deck again, we have the Three of Wands. So with the High Priestess, the advice there is just to listen to your intuition and let yourself go with the flow. And then with the Three of Wands at the back of the deck, just be open to any new possibilities. Be patient and trust that good things are on the horizon for you, and just be proactive in seeking new opportunities and experiences, because that could either get you to the person that you, if you're single, to find the person that you're going to be in love with, or if you're in a relationship, it could be that those experiences will bring you closer together. Okay, so I'm going to get some romance angels for you. So Libra's romance angels. So we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. We have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. We have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And at the bottom of the deck, we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, so that can't be any more clear. So for some of you, if it's an ex or something like that, it could be reconciliation. If you're single, it could be someone from your past that's coming back in that from a while back. With romantic feelings, obviously you both feel very strongly towards each other. Express your love. That's pretty straightforward as well. And then again, yes, this is your soulmate. So next, I'm going to get some messages from your person. Most of these are would be messages for if you're in separation with someone, but we'll see what comes out anyway and just take it from there. So messages for Libra from Libra's person. Okay, so we have, I bury myself in work to forget you. That could be if you're in separation, or if you're not in separation, it's just that they work a lot. I wish things could be different. That would be if you're in separation. I'm afraid to contact you. Again, separation. We need to let each other go. So that could be for some of you. I'm grateful for a spiritual lesson. Just being near you is intoxicating. And at the back of the deck, I can't stop thinking about you. So that's it for the love messages. I'm going to move on to your career reading now. So we are going on to your career reading now, Libra. I have already pulled the oracle cards. So we have The full moon in Pisces, balance spirituality and practicality. And then we have full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. So I'm going to read from the book for these ones again. Have you been so hid in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, this card is a sign that you need to pay attention and make a more concentrated effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It's time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your question, and the solutions to your issue may now come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting the martyr, this card will be a message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. Attune to the moon, meditate every day and see what comes to you. The answers will come. You're in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition, it won't let you down. At worst, this card can herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate, and avoid substance abuse. Okay, so with this card here, the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn said, your word is your wand. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. Have an important conversation, but stay calm. Don't be superficial. Someone is trying to flirt with you, have you noticed? You need to laugh off the situation and just move on, and job applications have good prospects. So Libra, the first question I'm going to ask is the past in your career. So we have the Six of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Three of Cups. So with the Six of Swords, in the past in your career, you transition from a difficult phase to a more promising, stable situation, and you learn from your past mistakes. So you see how he's moving to calmer waters from the rough seas, and he's got all these swords with him, which are his ideals, his values, his mind, all of that, and he's bringing the lessons he's learned with him to the new place. So you're at a place where you've learned from your lessons and you're moving on to calmer waters. With the Three of Cups in the at the back of the deck, it also means maybe a time of celebration, or you completed a project. You might also have been achieving, you might have achieved a milestone. It is also about successful and harmonious collaborations, so maybe your colleagues or the people that you work with, your boss, your manager, your clients, and also that your hard work and efforts were recognized as well. So let's see, what are the present energies in your career, Libra? Have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Four of Cups at the back of the deck. So with the Eight of Wands, it's a very fast-paced or a period of quick developments or rapid progress. It could also mean that you've got accelerated career growth or rapid financial gains, because this is very fast-moving energy. But quick decisions are needed with any sort of opportunities that you're going through right now. Then with the Four of Cups at the back of the deck, so there may be some sort of dissatisfaction around your current role, or a lack of motivation maybe. You could also be overlooking opportunities. You see how the person is focused on these Three Cups and not noticing that one, so you could be overlooking something. But it does also mean that some sort of lack of fulfillment, which can lead to you disengaging from your career at this point. So let's see, what is your next goal? So we have the Queen of Pentacles, and then at the back of the deck we have the Ten of Wands. So with the next goal, basically, I feel like it's pretty simple. So you just want financial stability and a nurturing work environment, or you want a good work-life balance is what I'm seeing. And then with the Ten of Wands at the back of the deck, it's also about, you might want to delegate your task, or you want a more manageable workload. So It could also be that you want to overcome a stressful period at work, or a balanced workload. But again, it's about work-life balance, so it's very clear, Libra. You want work-life balance, basically, in short terms. So let's see, what is the advice on how to get there? So we have the Six of Pentacles, which again is about balance. That's crazy. And then we have, at the back of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. So with the Six of Pentacles, so you feel supported by your career, and it's a good give and take relationship with your colleagues, your managers, your clients, bosses, anything like that. But you always do your best anyway, so it's basically just advice to keep going. And then with the Ace of Swords being at the back of the deck there, so just trust your instincts and take calculated risks. Basically stay focused on your objectives and prioritize clear communication right now. And also just be confident in your abilities and don't be afraid to speak up to advocate for yourself. And then lastly, I just want to see what are the blockages. Are there any blockages for Libra in this next roll? So the Three of Wands came out in the reverse, and at the back of the deck we have the Knight of Swords. So with the Three of Wands, it's the blockage could be like that maybe you're being short-sighted or impatient. It could also be that there's a lack of planning, and that can limit your potential for success. Then with the Knight of Swords at the back of the deck, so it could be that maybe you're not taking decisive action, or not demonstrating leadership. It could also mean that any sort of hesitation or indecision could be a blockage for you. So that is your career reading. I'm going to move on to advice from Spirit. Okay, so Libra, again, I've just put the oracle cards out in front here, and I'm going to read from the book for these. These are just general advice from Spirit for 2024. So we have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic and Teacher. The Sisterhood of the Rose is a lineage of priestesses and mystics who devoted their lives to serving humanity and seeding light consciousness all over the earth. A cross-section of ancient lineages, it is the path of devotion and beauty. Walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. The rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. You are being called to spend more time in nature, as all the ancient secrets live there. Mother Earth is constantly whispering. Spend time admiring her creations, and you will be rewarded with insight and grace. You are being called to take a little more time to both notice the beauty that exists all around you and to contribute to the beauty of the world in your own way too. This could be through your own creations or in the little things like how you dress or picking flowers for your home. Every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize the planet a little more, and the shift in vibration can be felt. Surround yourself with beauty and create beauty wherever you go. So with the Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. You are heaven and earth in perfect expression, a conduit for the light of the heavens to earth. You are the rainbow bridge. Take time to meditate. Imagine yourself as a pillar of light connecting the light of the heavens above with the earth. As the light shines through each of your chakras, you activate the rainbow bridge that many ancient scriptures speak about, raising your vibration and the vibration of the planet. Linking the higher realms of the cosmos, guides, angels, and spirit with the ancient wisdom keepers and beings of planet Earth. They dance together through you. They sing together through you. Without your body, voice, and creations, neither can be expressed. For too long, we've been taught that God is outside of us, giving away our power to angels and spirit guides. But without you, they do not have a voice. You are the oracle. Do not look for guidance outside, for you hold all the wisdom of the entire universe in the portal of your heart, in every cell of your body. Do not see the angels and guides as above you, for without you, they have no way of communicating. You are the oracle. You are the rainbow bridge. You are the pillar of light. I allow the light of the heavens and the light of the earth to flow through me now. I activate the codes of remembering within my cells and chakras. I activate my system as a rainbow bridge between heaven and earth. And then with this card, I'm not going to read it, but I'm just going to explain what that means. So it says no, wait, postpone, pause, and say no. So what that talks about is that it talks about at this time that you need to say no to a certain decision, and it doesn't mean no altogether. It just means no for now, what in this period of figuring out exactly what it is that you want or that you don't want. And it talks about doing the healing that you need in this time to be able to make this decision at a later date. So I'm just going to get some advice from Spirit for 2024 for Libra, please. Okay, so we have the 10 of Wands, we have the 8 of Cups, and we have the Lovers. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So advice with the 10 of Wands would be just don't push yourself now and look after yourself. Also, being alone will help you figure out what your worries are. So maybe take some time alone. The 8 of Cups is all about letting go of things or people that don't serve you. So just prioritize your own well-being at this point, and self-care and happiness as well. With the Lovers, so the Lovers is about making decisions. So the advice there would be to make balanced choices and just weigh the pros and cons of your decisions. And with the Wheel of Fortune being there, the Wheel of Fortune is just advising you, just don't take anything for granted, appreciate your blessings, and just live your day-to-day life. This is about luck and cycles and karma and that type of thing. So and the divine in general. So just live your life day to day and appreciate the blessings. So that's everything that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it resonated. If it did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It does help my new YouTube channel grow. And I hope to see you for future readings. Thanks guys, take care.